and there was no sign of anything wrong. Taking a chance, I grabbed my keys, and without stopping to collect any of my things, I ran out to the car. I jumped in, locked the doors, and drove away from the village as fast as I could.
He's in the car.
Driving until I got back to the city. When I got back to my apartment,
He's in the
I
car.
turned on the radio and heard a news report. The announcer said that, in the village, the dead bodies of 2 girls had been discovered. Their corpses had been mutilated and dumped in a swamp.
Oh.
I guess the creature found what it was looking for. I don't want to, but I am curious to know. What would have happened if I didn't make the right decision of sprinting?
I told you. He was in the car.
Years ago when I was in the 5th grade, my friends and I were walking home from school when we noticed some of the other kids laughing very loudly at something and running away like they were disgusted. We looked back and were laughing at this woman who was walking behind us. We didn't know why because we saw her every day when we were walking home from school. We just never spoke with her, or we never even seen her up close.
That's no girl. That's a man.
To see what was so funny, and we definitely noticed what the other kids were making ruckus about.
That's a man. You see his beard?
This was a man.
I knew it.
Mini skirt with high heels on. The other kids were throwing sticks and rocks at it, but he never responded. He just smiled while he was walking.
Ew. Ew, 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 ew.
A few days later, I just so happened to be watching the news and I saw the same guy's face on the news. My friend who lives around the corner was getting her mail when she saw the man across the street watching her.
Oh.
He waved and he started skipping across the street like a little girl while loudly asking her, "Do you remember me?" She was one of the kids that threw rocks at him. She shut her door as he started running full speed toward her house while wearing a wig, miniskirt, heels, and a woman's tank top. He started banging on her door until she called the police. He was caught within minutes. Anything could have happened to us that day with this guy roaming our neighborhood. But luckily, nothing ever happened to any of the kids that I knew.
That was good. I saw my brother do.
This story happened when I was 18 years old and a senior in high school. It was an ordinary night. My dad worked the night shift, so...
Y'all see what the problem is here. Look at that girl. Right there. Sit. You just can't be sitting there on the bed like this. You just can't be just ponytail out, just like what? Like you gotta lay down or something, girl.
We all decided to sleep in my parents' room. I was with my younger brother, who was 15 years old at the time, my younger sister, who was 11 years old, and my mom. My parents' room was a small, purple, square-shaped room, which also had a bathroom. The bathroom's door was across from the bed. My younger brother and I slept on my parents' bed while my mom and my younger sister slept on the floor. Before sleeping, we all had a short conversation, and after that, we went to sleep at 9 p.m. At 2 a.m., I was awakened by a strange sensation.
What the?
As I opened my eyes,
my
eyes fixed on the bathroom door, which was cracked open. To my surprise,
You gonna break in my house at night? I'm gonna be hiding somewhere. If my dad says, if anybody comes in through this door, blow the intruder away. Or, if nobody was home and I was home alone and I knew how to fight, put your paws up. We gonna fight. Put your paws up. In fact, we gonna do this the hard way. I'm gonna get my abs and my very hard, strong chest with my muscles that I've been working out with, and we gonna fight. We gonna fight for real. If you gonna break into my house and do all that stuff, is you a pedophile? What is you doing? ever hear any comments about people putting me on the dark web, don't do that. I don't like being put on the dark web. It is nothing but an evil sense. Somebody can find you. Somebody can kill you. Somebody could just rape you. They would put addresses on your door. And if anybody found you, you're done, sir.
I noticed a black figure, which looked exactly like my younger brother. The figure stood there with his arms crossed, watching me. However,
that is
his eyes were
nasty.
shut. At that moment,
if that was ever him, if that was the face of my brother, I beat my brother in like 12 fights, okay? Don't get me wrong. My brother isn't here anymore. He doesn't live with me anymore, but still, if that was his face and he was just staring at me, just watching me sleep, and if I ever had a heater on me, get out of my room. He would have gone blown away.
Rose. I couldn't move from the bed, and I was scared that if he opened his eyes, he would have red or bloodshot eyes. I decided to quietly turn my head to the other side of the bed to see if it was indeed my brother. My heart sunk to my stomach when I realized that my brother was sleeping right next to me. So many thoughts kept racing through my head. Who is this person? Why is he here? How could he look exactly like my brother? I tried as hard as possible to sleep and ignore what I saw. A few minutes later, after opening and closing my eyes, I was shocked to see that the figure was now standing above me, still looking right into my eyes with his eyes shut.
Punch him up. When he's standing over you, if he's ever doing this to you, hang on. If he's ever doing this, oh my gosh, it's hard to stand on these things. If he's ever doing this to you, oink, it's that time, my guy. You gotta punch him so hard right there. Get out, call the cops, they'll arrest him, bam.
Eyes were wide open from the shock. I felt like I was going to die from a heart attack. I felt as if he was starting to open his eyes, which scared me and caused me to close my eyes and force myself to sleep. Forcing myself to sleep worked, and the next thing I knew, it was morning. When I woke up, I headed to the living room and saw my mom. After holding it inside for a bit, I gave up and told my mom about the incident. I almost froze when she said she saw the same exact figure and witnessed what happened. It was terrifying. We saw the same black figure that looked exactly like my brother. It was as if he was my brother's twin. We lived in that house for 2 more years until we finally moved out. After the move, we told my dad about this story because he doesn't like hearing creepy stories, so we kept it a secret until we moved. He surprised us by saying that we were not alone. He saw some strange things in that house as well.
Would you stop that? Would you stop that, please?
Counter-Strike Global Offensive, the last thing you'd think of was a horror story. But yet, here I am. It was the summer of 2014, and I was bored and home alone, so naturally I hopped on CSGO. I went to Dust Online to play some casual. It wasn't a very busy lobby. There was about 5 people on each side. I joined Terrorist, where I quickly discovered the only other person with a mic was a guy whose name was something like Smarties McFlurry. He sounded a lot older than me. I was 14 at the time. His name was Dave, and we got along well, and we played good together since we had the same number of skill. We eventually played more CSGO together, and then friended each other on Steam. After that, he asked for some of my social media, and I gave him my Discord and Snapchat. Then on CSGO, Dave suddenly said he had to leave, and we could play more tomorrow. So I got off and watched some TV and eventually went to sleep on the couch. I was home alone for the night. At like 1 a.m., I awoke and got a glass of water. Then I heard a Snapchat notification from my phone. Curious as to who was sending snaps at this time of night, I picked it up and saw it was from Dave. I opened it, and it was a picture of my front lawn and house. The phone and the glass of
Did you guys, have you ever seen Corey X Kitchen Snapchat, disturbing Snapchat? Remember that disgusting guy? He sent a picture of his front lawn, and then he just go to sleep. Guys, if you ever follow me on Snapchat and I'm 17 or whatever, I don't have any Snapchat, okay? But I will give you my Snapchat soon enough. But only to those who are my real friends. Because if you aren't, I'm not giving you it. If you're not a pedophile or anything. If you come to my house and you think you a pedophile trying to kidnap me, hey Chief, put your balls up! We gonna fight! We ain't playing no games. I'm telling you guys come to my doorstep, it's on. And now I'm gonna call the cops. After they call the cops, you're arrested, you go to jail, it ain't my fault, and next time if you ever come to my doorstep again, I'll sock you out.
Water fell from my hands to the floor and my heart began to race. I was suddenly frozen, as if rooted to the spot. The darkness around me seemed to become thicker, and I swear I was seeing shadows all around me. Then I heard a knock at the glass. I turned to the back window, and there he was. The Dave guy, who looked a lot older.
Nasty. Ew, 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 ew.
Without thinking, I ran to the back door, locked it. I also locked the front door. I could hear him calling to me through the window. Then I proceeded to run to the only windowless room, the bathroom. I stayed in there for about an hour, shaking and fearing the worst. I dreaded hearing the sound of Dave calling me again, a knock at the door, or even footsteps outside. I don't know how long it was before I fell asleep. The next morning, my parents arrived home, and I hesitated to tell them about my experience. I knew they would drop shit on me, but it wasn't just that. I was questioning whether or not I was dreaming when the Dave guy appeared at my house.
He probably went missing.
Dreaming playing CSGO with him, though. However, when I checked my phone, it was like he didn't exist. He was not on my friends list in CSGO, his Steam account was gone, his Discord was gone, and even his Snapchat was gone. All deleted. To this day, I still question my sanity about whether or not this Dave guy who I played CSGO with really existed. I know for sure we had chatted on the game, on Discord and on Snapchat, but had he really come to my house?
So I messaged her, and she said to come.
Hear him calling to me through the window.
Next time, my friends. Part 3.